but the car just looks great and fantastic in its current iteration. I hope we have an equally fantastic day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to PowerDrift. My name is Rohan. I'm out here today in Udaipur to test drive. It's a first drive of the Audi A6 Matrix. That's the full name of the car, and no quickies for guessing why, because the car comes loaded with the Matrix LEDs. We are on the inside of the Audi A6 Matrix, and what's new on the inside? Well, Mr. Ninad Gaonkar, our able comrade from Carwale, and I'm wearing a jacket. But that's not really new on the inside of this car. There would be a bad deal. The car is quite literally a good deal, because it has a 2-liter engine, 190 horses, a humongous torque number of 400 Newton meters. Switch the car into dynamic mode, and we all know what happens in dynamic mode. The throttle becomes a lot more responsive, the car shifts at higher shift points, the steering weighs up.
But this is not the dynamic mode like you have in the smaller Audis.
Right.
The smaller Audis, you just have changes to the
throttle response and the steering.
And, the gear shifts. But here you also have a dynamic damping. So
Through that.
Your suspension is going to be a lot stiffer in dynamic for sportier drive.
Yeah.
Whereas in comfort, the ride quality will improve. It's going to be a lot more comfortable.
Right.
And if you are not sure what you really want to do, just put it in auto, and depending upon your driving, car will automatically decide which mode you're supposed to be in.
True. This also allows you then to raise the height of the car and lower it. That is something that you don't get in the A4 or the Q3. Let's delve straight into the heart of the matter. The Audi A6 biggest competition out there is the Mercedes E-Class. So if you have 50 lakhs lying around and are interested in a premium sedan, then that's what most of them out there go and buy. And then there's the 5 Series by BMW. But the Audi for me has a few tricks up its sleeves. Number one being the dynamic suspension. Then there is the 4-zone AC, which neither the E-Class nor the 5 Series get. 4-zone AC basically means that each individual member in the car can individually adjust the temperatures for themselves.
Apart from that, if you have to talk about the flip side, maybe the only one that I can actually think about is the E-Class and the 5 Series. Even the Jaguar XF for that matter,
right,
are all rear-wheel drive. And unlike before, when you had the option of buying a petrol, a diesel, and also a 3-liter V6, which came with the Quattro,
right,
that's not the case anymore.
No more. Now, here with me in my hand is a piece of paper. I'm sorry, I have to read out a couple of things because they are interesting. We spoke of the 4-zone climate control, but what the car also has is sun sensors, which is sensing the temperature and thereby manipulating and adjusting the temperature in the car. When it comes to multimedia, well, it's got the DVD drive, SD card readers. It also has this 8-inch multimedia screen out here. Safety-wise, the car gets 8 airbags. 7-speed S-tronic, not multitronic. I think I've covered pretty much everything. What this car also gets is dynamic indicators. There it is. I need to step into the back seat to tell you as to why the Audi A6 makes for a better chauffeur-driven car. Now, the reason I said the Audi A6 makes for a good chauffeur-driven vehicle is as follows. It's got, well, not just the armrest, but a multimedia remote out here to operate the multimedia system up at the front. And then I'm 6 feet tall, I got enough headroom, yes, but I don't have a lot of leg room yet. At the press of a button sitting here in the back seat, I can adjust the front passenger seat, thereby shoving the Ninad Gaonkar further into the dash.
Okay, enough. Okay, done.
It's time now, ladies and gentlemen, to summarize our first drive impressions of the Audi A6 Matrix. And to do that, I'm going to have to introduce competition back in the play. You see, the BMW 5 Series diesel basic version costs about 47 lakhs. The Jaguar XF stands at 51 lakhs and the Mercedes E-Class is 50 lakhs plus. And as you go on adding more features to these cars, their prices go on increasing. That's not the case anymore with the Audi A6. You just get one car with one engine option, and this is then the top-end variant. Also comes loaded standard with matrix headlamps, 4-zone automatic climate control, etc. And then there are some nifty handy features. Now, let's take a scenario where you're out with your family or just out alone, but both your hands are preoccupied and the ground's wet and you can't really keep what you're holding in your hands down on the ground. A clean sweep of your leg forward and backward is going to open the boot for you. And all this at a price of just 49.50 lakhs ex-showroom really makes this car a good deal. And when it comes to the looks, well, I personally love it. I don't know if you love it, but you gotta tell me if you love it. Type in below with your comments. Do remember to subscribe to PowerDrift, guys. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.
Yeah, yeah.
And one action. Today I'm here. Fuck. Hang on. Now, listening keenly to the customers in India was. What is? Yeah. Audi says that they have enhanced the A6 now. So what really are the enhancements? Enhancements, it's right. Yeah. Yeah, there's no coherence of thoughts. Hello and welcome to PowerDrift, folks. Action. Stay tuned. Wait, I'm going to do this the whole thing.
Yeah.